Well, I didn't expect to make this video. This is really impromptu. I expected what happened to be reviewed, and YouTube would let me, have my video posted for people to see. Boy, was I wrong. I guess that they don't like the fact that I called out an ideology that, a lot of employees there happen to subscribe to. It's an evolution of Marxism, we'll say, because I don't want to say that particular term in case they flagged it, and yeah, they can just go screw themselves. So basically, when we're talking about culture, if that'll give you a clue here, and Marxism. So basically, I made a comparison with that to, let's just say a particular group from that invaded a country in Europe in September of 1939. Now, I made a fair, valid comparison based on ideological belief. Doing so, it was flagged hate speech. Now, as you can see here, I took a screenshot of this. This is, I'm going to have some of this blurred out, which there will be two versions of this video, because I'm going to do a blurred version for YouTube, and I'm going to do a non-blurred version for BitChute, DTube, and Facebook, which Facebook didn't even hit this for hate speech. Yet, YouTube did. So, anyway, your content has been removed due to a violation of our community guidelines. Your video, blah, 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 which is going to be blurred out for you YouTube people. I suggest you go to BitChute, which I will have a link, by the way, to the original video that they're claiming is hate speech on BitChute in the description. So, anyway, it was removed because it violates our hate speech policy. Because it's the first time, it's just a warning. They just warned me. Well, you know what? I don't take kindly to you warning me for something that didn't constitute as hate speech, which is a fallacy to begin with, that was surprisingly, oh my God, created by the Marxist-Leninist communists, an offshoot of Marxism. Go figure. But anyway, so yeah, they gave me a warning. I didn't, get a strike. Well, here it is, as you can see. I just want to show you my status and features. Community guideline status. I got the straight face, little YouTube face. This will be blurred out, of course, here for YouTube with the video and all that. And I appealed it. Now, when I appealed it, basically, what I got for a result was on the note of the decision. Dear Constitutionalist Libertarian, thank you for submitting your video appeal to YouTube. All right. And I got the typical form letter that says, after further review, blah, 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 we've determined your video does violate our community guidelines. Now, I want to show this, which I'll blur out just the title. It took 12 people, because 12 views, I'm assuming 12 different people looked at this video. It took 12 people to decide this was hate speech, literally comparing the, identity politics, create a scapegoat, parallels between two particular ideologies. That's hate speech somehow, which I find funny, because these are the same people that claim that particular form of Marxism does not exist. Well, obviously it does, and they're, these 12 people, or I'm assuming a majority of them, all right, they are subscribers to it, and they did not like that I pointed out the truth about their ideology. This is ridiculous. Now, I mean, what else can I say? I mean, this is literally censorship, because they do not want their ideology called out. They do not like the fact when actual factual parallels are shown between their ideology and an ideology that wiped out, people in camps when they're talking about, a particular president putting people in, a particular president putting particular group in camps, that are violating the sovereignty of our nation. You got to love that one. I mean, it's ridiculous, but which you can see here. All right. We removed your video because it violates our community guidelines. You'll be able to view it for 7 days from when it was removed, blah, blah, blah. So you can see, here's the video itself, which I'm going to have, obviously it blurred for YouTube, but, go check it. Check if you want to. This video will also be linked in the description. So if you want to go see it unblurred and see how literally the title screen, how it literally shows a valid comparison in it. Obviously, that must have triggered them because I'm comparing, the chip bags of Portland, we'll call them. All right, I'm comparing them to that particular group on the note of the pictures. They're literally destroying and burning shit. And that's not a valid comparison? Excuse me? When they share identity politics, that's not a valid comparison. When they've both literally created scapegoats, because when it comes to any form of socialism, Marxist or otherwise, you need a scapegoat in order to justify its existence because, we need to save you or save ourselves in the note of, we got to come together under socialism. All right. From that big, bad, evil, whomever, whether it's the bourgeoisie, the haves or the have-nots, a particular identity, which, because I made that comparison and said, because you're making this particular identity or this particular ethnicity, particular skin color, a scapegoat, okay, which is what, that other group did. You kind of ideologically align with them. Now, I hate to pussyfoot around like this because I'm someone who likes to be upfront and blunt and honest and try to be as direct as I possibly can, even though I might go off on tangents, which I'm sure some of my subscribers, especially when I do the read an article type videos, have seen me do. But yeah, so because I made these valid comparisons, they say I'm a perpetuator of hate speech because that's what that basically says. Your video is hate speech. Well, by claiming my video is hate speech, you're saying I'm a perpetuator of it. Now, hate speech, like I said, or I don't know. I actually tried to record this once, and I had some issues and had to reboot. But you got to love how hate speech, which is a concept created by the Soviet Marxist-Leninist communists, disciples of Marx. The whole concept was created by them. You got to love how these particular Marxists, these ones that, use identity politics, the ones that Jordan Peterson calls out and doesn't have his stuff labeled as hate speech. Tim Pool has called them a particular thing, and he's made the same type of comparisons I have to an extent. Not nearly as bad, but he's not necessarily to the other group, but he's made comparisons of them with authoritarian regimes and stuff like that. And so hasn't Peterson. And hell, me, I do it and and I actually make this valid comparison to a group that they should be compared to with their actions and their words, and it's hate speech. Well, I guess the truth really hurts. And you know what? Because I know that their AI is going to be checking the audio on this. YouTube, you think you can pull this crap? Fuck that. You know what? Yes, my language might be a little bad at the moment, but you want to pull this shit. You seriously want to pull this shit and try to say that what I did was hate speech. Well, Facebook has ridiculous hate speech rules. And guess what? They didn't say it was hate speech. I just think I triggered you. You poor, poor children. You all need to grow up. You don't like your ideology being called out, then don't act like that particular group I compared it to. It really is that simple. Anyway, I got to set this up, get this encoded, but yeah, this is not going to stop me. So before I go, I just want to make that clear. I'm going to keep making my content. I'm going to keep doing my thing. You want to label me as hate speech? Well, you know what? Maybe you should be scared, people over at YouTube with the whole social media summit. Because maybe those people who were there that might have contact information, I might be letting them know what you did and see if maybe they'll forward it on to the White House. I doubt it'll happen. But I'm going to drop a couple messages to like Tim Pool and a few others. Maybe Project Veritas, I might drop a comment, drop a message to. And, just people that were there. I'm going to let them know what happened. Or maybe I'll just pull the Bender thing and, on the moon and be like, whoa, I'll go open my own amusement park. No, but seriously, I think I'm going to, with this one, because this one really irked me, I might contact a couple of those people that were at the social media summit and see if they have any contact info. Because I want to make this one clear. I want this one to be seen. Because this was not hate speech. And they know to keep an eye on you now. So I might as well give them a little bit of evidence. So you never know. But anyway, yeah, I think I've gone through this whole thing well enough. And at the end, I did kind of babble. But yeah, I think once I get done with this and it's encoding, I might drop those messages and say, hey, look, I made this video. It got labeled hate speech. Do you have any contact info for the White House? Can this be forwarded on, or can you pass it on, their contact info to me so I can let them know about this? Because I have had a long history of YouTube censoring my content and censoring me. I've been, hell, my recommended is pathetic. All right. I'll be more than willing to show them what my recommended videos is. YouTube doesn't recommend my stuff. I'll be happy to show them how I'm being shadow banned, which I can prove, because on BitChute I have a much larger presence. I get more interaction on the note of views and such. So they're suppressing my content. With the summit and everything else, this might be the last straw, because I think I'm seriously going to try to get this stuff forwarded over to the White House if I can. I mean, it probably won't mean anything, who knows, but at least they should get to see this for themselves, because this is complete and total bullshit. Also, if you made it this far, guys, please, if you could, like this video, subscribe, forward, repost it, things like that. Let this get out there, because this needs to be seen. I would greatly appreciate it, because, yeah, this is getting ridiculous. I call out their bullshit ideology, their failed ideology of Marxism, the particular branch of their Marxism, and that they subscribe to. Compare it legitimately to a group, and I'm a purveyor of hate speech. Well, anyways, yeah. So if you could do that, please. Anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend, and yeah. I'm out of here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.